Hello everyone, welcome to the tour of my basement slash office slash guest room slash man cave slash other stuff too. So this is just a small room that we have in our basement, which is partially finished. So this room was initially as a spare bedroom. That's why you'll see a bed back here. Boop, bed. It's a queen size bed back there. And we just use it for when friends or family come over and they need a place to stay. So it's nice to have the full bathroom down here. So this way when friends come over, sleep there, bathroom there, and you don't really have to come up and down the stairs, and it gives you some privacy as well. So just to go around the room real quick, here we have a closet. The closet is just storage right now, really. Right down there are some dirty clothes that I don't want to show you. But the one thing I do want to show you up here are these old pair of running shoes. These things are nothing super special to anyone. Shoes I ran my first half marathon in. So that half marathon I ran was a couple years ago. I had been running pretty actively for quite a while. Took some time off, and then my company was sponsoring the half marathon, so I said, alright, let me do this. I ran the half marathon. I think my time was something like 2 hours and 40 minutes. It was not the best time in the world, but for where I was pretty satisfied with that. I started off pretty strong, but towards the last 2 or 3 miles, I got tired, cramping. I probably didn't fuel right during the run, but that's just what happened. My first time, first experience, so it was still pretty good. I do not ever want to run a full marathon. My brother wants to run a full marathon. He said he wants to go to Disney and do it, and I just know with the cost of the marathon, with travel, lodging, all that kind of stuff, the cost adds up really quick. Would I do the Disney half marathon? Yes, I think I would. I just think it'd be a fun experience to do. Maybe I'd do the 5K or 10K or something like that, because they're much shorter races. Then you can enjoy the rest of your day, because these races are all super early in the morning. But over here we have some of our DVDs. I have a tripod because I've been filming certain like reviews and stuff down here. So you can check out my channel for those reviews. We have some books that we have read or either are in the process of reading. So right here we have a New York Times paper, pretty old one obviously, and another old one. Japan surrenders, end of war. So I don't really feel the need to keep that newspaper. I would love to either give it away or put it in a museum or something like that, or if there's a collector who wants it, give it to them, because it's getting old. I would rather preserve it and keep it well. Obviously, if someone wanted to buy it off me, I wouldn't say no, but I really want that to be preserved. It feels like that's history. Right back here, we have a queen-size bed. So, here's the bed. Just some clean laundry that I have down there, because like I said, there is a full bathroom right here. I'll just use that bathroom to shower, usually on my lunch or something like that, or because it gets kind of cold down here. This is in my basement, so there's like that geothermal cooling effect that goes on. So it gets a little chilly and a little damp down here sometimes, so it's nice to hop in the shower, take a really hot shower, then just get changed. And now I have like clothes down here, so I don't have to run up into the second floor to grab my stuff to come down. So this bed is just an old bed that we had. We keep it down here for guests, really. But I do have, I throw random stuff on here. So I've got a hat on here. I've got some paper on here. And this paper I have down here because it's more for my kids, like when they come down to say hi or whatever. And usually they'll come down in like the middle of the day and say, "Oh, Dad, are you done with work?" And I'll be like, "Not yet, but if you want to hang out with me, here's some paper." And you can just draw and do whatever you want. And I'll throw their artwork up on the wall there. And then I am reading this book, Tim Tebow's Shaken. Back there, we just have a nightstand, a lamp on it just for lighting. This is an essential oil diffuser. I just got that from Target. There's my oils and a cup. I just fill the cup up, put it in there, put the oils in there. So it's just really nice to have because it'll give an extra smell down here that's not basement smell or whatever else. But also because I am in the basement and I don't have a lot of sunlight that comes through, and because sometimes I'll keep the lights off when I'm working on the computer because it's easier on my eyes, or at least it feels that way. I put some peppermint in there, I diffuse it throughout the day, and it tends to take the edge off from when I go upstairs into the light, into the sunlight. It hits me in the face, and I don't know if anyone else has that. You're sitting in a dark room all day. You're like, imagine you go to a movie theater, then you go outside and the sunlight just it blinds you, right? So that's kind of like, that triggers some sort of migraine effect in my head. So I'll usually throw some peppermint in there. It smells pretty good, and you know, just to try to keep my head clear and stuff like that. But here we do have an egress window where you can sneak out and whatnot. We do have these two pictures right up here, so that's like New York skyline and Times Square. I'll use it to block the light out if the sun is too much for me. So up here I have a shelf, and I've got my Corvette. So I've got my Corvette up here. So this is just a Lego Corvette that I put together, and it comes in this standard orange color. The one thing I've been thinking about doing with the Corvette is painting it. Or, you know, if it were a real car, I'd wrap it. But I've been thinking about painting it just to kind of be fun and funny with it. You know, I know there are some YouTubers out there who have Corvettes like this, and they wrap them different colors. So I figure, why don't I paint this one of their colors and just kind of joke around about how, oh look, I found a Lego set that was exactly this person's Corvette and whatnot. I thought it would be funny, but I don't know if I can actually dismantle the whole thing and put it back together and still keep my patience about me. So it might just stay like that, which is fine. Every time I see this, I always think, like, would I want to own a car like that? Well, I think the answer is yes, I would want to. But then I start thinking about how practical is it to own something like that. I have a family of 5. You can't really fit 3 kids in there. You can't really do a lot of stuff that other vehicles, other more practical vehicles can do for you, or that you can do things with. And I know you might also say, but it's a Corvette. If I had the opportunity to buy one, if I had the money to buy one, would I? It would definitely be considered, of course, but I don't know. You know, it's just, right now it's just a toy. It's just a dream, maybe, if you even want to call it that, just sitting on the shelf, just something to look at and kind of admire every now and then. I think if I had a car like that, the one thing I would be worried about is my kids driving it. So if I bought it, the older I got, the less probably I drive it, and then the kids would want to drive it. And being so young, I mean, my kids are nowhere near driving age right now, but when they became driving age, the question is, would they be responsible with it? And if I was 16, 17, 18, I don't know if I would be super responsible with it, because it has a lot of power, and if you're still new to driving, I'm not saying that everyone out there who is young is an inexperienced driver. I'm just saying that, knowing me, who I was, and sometimes our kids pick up our habits, or sometimes our kids are more spitting images of us than we realize, I'd rather just keep them safe and not buy a $60,000 car that I can't afford anyway. But I mean, I drive a 2011 Suburban, and I love it. We got that from a family member who unfortunately passed away. But it's a great car. It's a 2011 with 38,000 miles on it. It's nice. I like it. And I'll show it in a later video. I'll probably be doing maintenance on it anytime I can, and doing some upgrades here and there. Just because I like to take care of my vehicles, and I like to take care of my stuff. So over here is the actual office space. Like I said, here are some of the drawings and colorings that my kids will do for me to put up on the wall, which is really nice to have. It kind of covers up a lot of the blank, you know, mundane, whatever color this is, and it's just nice to have that every now and then. They can also come down and admire their artwork too. So here's my computer setup. I've got my monitor, mouse, keyboard, and computer. If I need dual monitors, I can always just open my laptop, and that's good, it works. Ever since I started working a desk job, I have had dual monitors. You get really spoiled having that sort of landscape to put everything on your files and this and this and multitasking. It's really nice. But these are all loaners from work. So the more I brought home, the more I had to bring back to work. So I brought back only really what I needed. I know there were a couple of other people at work who did go the extra mile and bring their entire setup home, but for me that was a little much. The more I brought home, the more I'd have to bring back, and I didn't want to do that. You know, this is the chair at full high position, and my legs don't fit underneath it very well. But this is a small desk. I think this was more meant for kids anyway. So, I mean, whatever. It is what it is. And I'm just very grateful to have it, because obviously now having to work from home, it's a great opportunity to have something like this and to just you know, use it anytime I need. I have looked up YouTube videos though on how to build your own desk, and I think I found one out there, how to build your own desk for under $100, and I was like, oh, that's simple enough. But I'm not like a builder. I don't really have a lot of building experience per se. Also pretty much a perfectionist, so having to do it and then cut and make everything right and look good, I would spend probably too much time on it than it needed to be. But the one thing I was thinking of doing was building a desk and then building its mirror image next to it. So this way I had a desk that I could sit at and my wife could sit at the same time. And this way we have our own little office space. Whoever came down here to stay, if they were staying on the bed, could have a spot to put their stuff too. And I just thought it would be nice to have. Because outside of this room, we don't really have a space for an office. We have thought about moving our office to a different room or whatnot, but I like the privacy down here in the basement. Plus having your own bathroom and you're off the beaten path. Not many people know you're down here. It's just nice to have, like I said, the privacy comes in clutch sometimes. Right here, I also have my spare desk set up. You know, my TV tray. Got my TV tray right here and my laptop computer. So this is the laptop that I've just been doing some editing on. It's an old laptop, but it gets the job done. And then just behind me as well, there's just another bookcase right there. That bookcase really just is for miscellaneous stuff. There's a DVD player on there that's pretty old. We don't need it in any other room. And I was thinking it'd be great to have a TV down here as well. Just put something right on that ledge right there behind me. So when I'm working, I can maybe have the TV on. Can maybe watch one of my movies on my TV. Just something like that. Something for a little bit of entertainment while I'm down here. This is my home office. This is my quarantine COVID 2020 office. And this is where I work every day. So let me know, where do you guys work? Are you working in your bedrooms, sitting on your beds and falling asleep most days, or are you pretty responsible? Because I feel like I would not be. I would sleep more than I probably should. So just leave some comments below and let me know, where are you working? You working from home? You working in your kitchen? You working in your basement? You working... What is your office setup like? I know it's pretty eclectic for people to have a wide range of offices depending on where you live. I live in a house. I don't live in an apartment. I don't live, you know, in any other sort of living arrangement. And it's just me and my family. It's not me and 3 other roommates or something who all work and we all have to... I mean, at that point, I'd probably just be working in my room anyway and on my bed and sleeping most of the time. But that's what it is. So, like I said, leave me some comments below. Let me know, where are you guys working? Do you find your setup working good for you? And do you enjoy not going into the office as much as I do? It's going to be weird having to go back to actually going back to work. You know, like getting up in the morning and driving in. Not just getting up in the morning and coming downstairs and making some coffee and eating some breakfast and then walking into the basement to go to work. So, we'll see where the world takes us in a couple weeks. But thanks for tuning in. Bye.